All right. Peace and wellness, family. I hope that y'all are well and happy and whole and all that good stuff. I am the Queen Poe, and the intention for this live is for us to discuss our upcoming new moon in Aries, which is also a super moon. So the energy will be super intense, and many of you may already be feeling this energy. We will also have a solar eclipse during this new moon. We also have Mercury retrograde conjunct with this new moon and Chiron and many other things happening. So the intention for this live is for us to discuss the planetary alignments as a whole. We will identify how it may impact our energy. And most importantly to me, we will discuss some practices that we can implement to utilize all of this energy for our wellness, which is super, super important. Because, of course, wellness is always the priority. It is always the biggest, largest, leading intention. Now, with that being stated, I gotta show some love to the wellness community because I gave y'all a little glimpse ahead yesterday in the Patreon. And let's be clear, if you are interested in joining the wellness community, how to do that is on the scroll below. You are more than welcome to join, but they are in here loud and proud, butterflies in the sky. I love y'all dearly, forever and always, okay? But the thing is, I gave y'all a glimpse ahead because in our group chat, a couple of people was talking about how they were already feeling emotional and they were already having some concerns with the relationships and things like that, and their emotions and their minds were a bit scattered as a result of that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go live tomorrow to discuss this upcoming planetary alignment. But let me give y'all a glimpse ahead because this energy is so intense that many of you may already be feeling it, although the shadow period for this energy just started today and it will last until April 1st, but likely even longer. And that is because, again, this new moon is a super moon. So without any further ado, y'all know I'm always good for a good little life update, but I want to just get straight into the energy because, as I keep saying, I know many of you are already feeling it. Okay, so I want to get straight into it so that y'all can know what all is going on and why it's going on. All right. Now, first and foremost, we got to discuss the fact that our sun is in Aries, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Let me give y'all a little warning. Okay, I'm gonna kind of take my time with breaking down the planets and the planetary alignment today because I want to be super clear about the power of this energy, the intensity of this energy. Thank you so much, Tyler Smith, for the love offering. I appreciate you, Sister Queen. May it be abundantly returned unto you. Much love to you. Really want to take my time discussing it for two reasons. Number one, this energy is super intense, but it's also a dual energy. And y'all know how I always tell y'all how during new moons, it's a good time to set intentions and manifest. And the full moon is for reflecting revelations and releasing, right? But anytime we have a new moon and we have eclipse energy, oftentimes in eclipse energy, people will tell you to be mindful of manifesting. However, with this new moon being a super moon and also sextiling Jupiter, which is our planet of expansion and abundance, it is a good time to manifest as you reflect and deal with some of those past revelations and healing opportunities that this solar eclipse will bring. So I really want to take some time to break down a planetary alignment for that reason. And also the second reason. Oh, it's not going to be too much on Aries, Terry, because let me tell you something. I love me some Aries energy. And that's one of the reasons why I'm most excited about how we all will thrive in the midst of this energy, because it's happening in that deep Aries passion, fire energy. But I'll get into that. The second reason I'm going to take my time with breaking this down is because I always get asked, Queen, can you teach courses on astrology? Can you teach us about astrology? And I always say, y'all, if you listen to my videos, That's the course, right? When I'm saying like, hey, this is the energy this planet brings. This is what a sextile is. This is what a trine is. This is what an opposition is. This is what a conjunction is. This is how it impacts our energy. I'm giving you the course as I teach you about the alignment. So I'm giving y'all that heads up because I want you, if you desire to learn about astrology from me, if you watch these videos and you pay close attention, you're getting your course right here, okay? So I'm gonna break it down, listen close, take notes to what I say everything means, and then you can be able to do this work for yourself, right? And keep up with the planetary alignment for yourself. Let me go ahead and plug one of my favorite apps that I like to track the mapping of the planets on. It's called theplanetstoday.com. The Planets Today is one of the favorite websites that I like to go to, that you where I keep up, I track the map of the planetary alignment day to day to day. Okay, so it's called The Planets Today. That's where I go. Now, The Planets Today does not offer the meaning, but if you know the meaning, you can break down and get your own understanding of the meaning for yourself. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, let me go back to my notes. And wellness community, of course, y'all know y'all don't have to take notes. As soon as this live is over, I'll be dropping the notes in the Patreon, okay? Now, first and foremost, we have our new moon, which is going to be peaking in Aries. And new moons are all about setting intentions and manifesting. Aries is a cardinal fire sign ruled by the planet Mars. And Mars is our planet of action. When we're talking about our sun, we're talking about our connection between our highest divine self, our Ori. Our highest divine self is also known as our Ori, and the highest divine source, by whatever name you may call it. Some people say God, some people say Allah, some people say Olodumare, whatever name you call the highest divine source. Our sun is our connection between the highest divine self and the highest divine source. When you have the sun in Aries, I love this energy so much because Aries is all about passion. It's all about drive. It's all about assertiveness and confidence and strong leadership. Aries energy is super determined. So you will often find yourself having this exhilarated energy, having this desire, this zest, this zeal to get up and do and get things done, having the desire to achieve something, but not just something light and like meaningful task. I'm talking about having this desire to search yourself to live a life of purpose and passion, to achieve things that are centered in deep meaning and that will have a great impact on the world. When the sun is in Aries, people have more of an ease with their time and their energy when it comes to leading with purpose and leading with passion, leading with their authentic self. So it brings some ease to those areas. It makes it a bit easier for you to connect to your Ori, to live a life full of purpose and passion. Now, the other side of this Aries energy is when you have a desire to live your life of purpose and live your life with passion and live your life full of intention. Sometimes we can overthink it and it can cause scattered thoughts, scattered mind, racing energy, an increase of anxiety. So with the sun in Aries and the new moon in Aries, our moon is our emotion body. Your scattered mind plus the emotions connected, intensified emotions connected to the scattered mind. A lot of people are experiencing extreme scattered emotions as well. So you have the desire to live a life of purpose and live a life of passion and do something great and grand that will impact the world. That's that sun in Aries, that Ori energy. And your mind is racing on how can I do that? But then you also have these intense emotions coming from this new moon, which is a super moon. It's intensified energy coupled with that scattered mind. So if you have been feeling like your emotions have been quite intense, you've been finding yourself acting on those emotions, like crying a lot, right? Like feeling the anxiety in your physical body, feeling the shakes, the tremors, the trembles, feeling your heart racing, That is natural during this time. That new moon is our emotion body. Aries energy is ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet of action. So a lot of your scattered mind and scattered emotions are really taking control of your action if you do not know how to calm that energy, calm your nervous system, bring yourself back to source, bring yourself back to your connection to your highest divine self and that highest divine source. So to do that, to calm the mind, to calm the nervous system, to reconnect to your purpose, your divine guidance, your clarity, your intuition, you immediately during this time, you need to go and stand in the sun. And it may sound very simple, but you have to be intentional about doing it. This practice is called sunbathing, and it's something that I believe in wholeheartedly. Aries energy is big sun energy. And with us having the new moon in Aries, and then also having that sun in Aries, you really need to be practicing that sunbathing. Yes, ground, ground, ground. That sunbathing is going to be one of the best grounded techniques you can do. And to do that, you simply want to stand in direct alignment with that sun energy. Close your eyes and allow it to just cleanse you. And while you are doing this, you want to feel the sun cleansing you. You want to chant your I am mantras that are aligned with your wellness. I am well. I am peace. I am divine light. I am divinely guided. I am clear. I am calm. I am secure. I am safe. I am well. And you are doing this as you are bathing in that sun energy. You have to connect to your highest divine self and that highest divine source, and that will immediately help you do that. And you need to do that for however long you feel led to do that. When you feel your body calm, when you feel your mind calm, you feel everything become one, when you just have that feeling of ease and flow, then you can open your eyes, and I want you to just feel, just connect. And then decide what your next step will be. Don't overthink it. When it comes to living a life of purpose and living a life of passion, which everyone will have the desire to do during this time, when it comes to that, it happens with ease and divine knowing. You will just feel that it's the direction to go, that this is the thing that I need to do. Watch how your fingers respond, how your body responds. Watch what you feel drawn to and feel led to and feel focused on. This is the thing with Aries energy. Aries can be super focused, okay? They can be super focused when they choose to. And Aries can go from one extreme of being super scattered and all over the place and hopping from one task to another. That's that fiery energy. But they can also be super focused. And when they decide to get something done, they usually do it, and not just do it, they do it at the highest level possible. And usually in ways that people have never imagined that it could be done. Okay, Aries are very good in leadership positions like being directors, producers, programmers, project managers. They're very good at doing beautiful things, putting together beautiful projects, and leading people, directing people on which way to go, leading the charge. And when I say leading the charge, I'm talking about leading the charge to greatness, leading the charge in battle, leading the charge in achievement. They are very good at that. You can channel this energy for your wellness, but the key is going to be calming the minds and the emotions, okay? Now, we also have a partial solar eclipse happening with this new moon, the sun, and the earth. Now, y'all know we previously had a lunar eclipse, okay? I want to make sure, I talked to y'all about, I know I talked to y'all about the lunar eclipse. I know I did. I was like, let me go back in my videos. I talked to y'all about that, but this one is going to be a partial solar eclipse. And this happens when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, okay? So what will happen is you will see that there will be a bit of a shadow over the sun, and that is the moon passing between the sun and the earth. And again, anytime, we have to keep in mind our moon is our emotion body. And what did I say the sun was? The sun is our connection between our highest divine self and our highest divine source, and our earth, our water, our flow, our ease, our connection to the all, right? Our connection to the plants, the animals, the trees, other people, other beings. Our connection to the universal energy of the all is the earth. When you have the moon, your emotion body pass between the sun, the highest divine source, and that universal connection to the oneness. Sometimes you may feel disconnected. You may feel like you want to be in solitude. You may feel a bit misunderstood, a bit misdirected. You may feel a sense of not belonging, right? And with this moment of solitude, this moment of not belonging, for your wellness, you want to take advantage of it. Take advantage of this desire for solitude, this desire to be alone with this solar eclipse by honoring the energy of reflection that all eclipses bring. Eclipses offer you the opportunity to reflect. Reflect on your needs, reflect on your desires, reflect on your past. Now, with this solar eclipse, it's going to give us the opportunity to heal something from our past, specifically centered around a bad choice or what we perceive as a mistake that we made in the past. And I'm going to give y'all this warning, okay? With this solar eclipse, it is conjunct, the sun and the moon is conjunct with Chiron, the wounded healer. It's an asteroid that represents the wounded healer. Again, this is your astrology class that you want, right? With the sun and the moon conjunct with Chiron, anytime we have a conjunction, that means it is in the same sign of Aries, right? So that same Aries energy of passion, of fire, of really leading and taking charge, right? That same strong, determined energy, that wounded healer energy is there as well. And it's calling us to heal certain feelings, certain emotions. The moon conjunct the sun, highest divine source, highest divine self, conjunct with that wounded healer, is calling us to heal certain emotions that we are having come up as a result of us reflecting on a previous bad choice, mistake we may have made. You may find that over this next week or two, you are constantly thinking about that time you made that choice or that time you made that mistake. And sometimes even the result or the consequence of that mistake is popping back up in your face. And it's causing you to think, if I never did that, I wouldn't be here. If I never had done that, maybe this would have happened or maybe that would have happened. That is okay. But now it's time to address that. Now it's time to practice some forgiveness of yourself and everything that happened around you, everyone that was a part of you making that mistake or making that wrong choice. Now it's time to accept the consequence, accept what has happened as a result, and extract the lesson. That is how we bring healing. We extract the lesson from it. What did I learn from that choice? What did I learn from that mistake? How did it make me better? What will I utilize from that past moment in my present to manifest a better future, right? What would that Sankofa? That is a Sankofa experience. Going back to the past, extracting the lesson, utilize the lesson in the present to manifest a better future. That is a Sankofa experience. So with this eclipse energy, you want to Sankofa it. That is what you want to do. Take a moment to reflect on that past mistake, that wrong choice. It is not the time to point a finger or to blame anybody. It is the time to forgive. To forgive. It is the time to accept. It is the time to extract the lesson and then decide, how am I going to use that in the present to manifest a better future? Okay, so that's your new moon in Aries, your sun in Aries, that's your solar eclipse, and that is your Chiron conjunction. Now, we also have Mercury retrograde. Now, here's the thing about Mercury. Mercury is our planet of communication, transportation, personal technology. And I always have to say that, right? Because a lot of people confuse the personal technology with universal technology, right? So Mercury is our planet of personal technology, like your personal cell phone, your laptop, etc. Now, universal technology is like technological advancements, right? And you get the picture of what that is present day. That is Uranus energy. Uranus energy is about universal technology. Mercury is about personal technology, okay? So Mercury, our planet of communication, transportation, personal technology, and agreements, is currently retrograde. And it is retrograde in Aries, but it will make a transition to Pisces along with Venus retrograde on the 29th. So during this shadow period, which begins today, the 26th, today is not the 26th. What's today? The 25th, ain't it? I think I'm doing this a day early. Yes, today's the 25th. I keep saying that, which will begin tomorrow, the 26th. Okay. The shadow period will begin tomorrow. So Mercury retrograde will be in Aries all the way from today, all the way through the 29th. And then on the peak of the new moon day, it will transition to Pisces. So with this Mercury retrograde energy, from now all the way until it transitions to Pisces on the peak of new moon day, and you may already be experiencing it because it is there right now, you will experience an increase in miscommunication, an increase in misdirection, especially coming from miscommunication, right? Now, during this time, I'm going to tell y'all, and I've been telling y'all, you need to mind your mouth and you need to not take anything personally, because we also have Venus retrograde, which has been conjunct with Mercury in Aries. So I told y'all, be mindful of your relationships, your partnerships in love, your friendships, your family relationships. Be mindful of conflict. This is the time where a lot of breakups will happen, a lot of separations, a lot of cutoffs, a lot of changing and reshaping of relationships will occur. However, you have to be mindful because it may not necessarily be necessary. It may just be the planetary alignment. And as I always tell y'all, wellness community, I always say being in alignment ain't always pretty. Some people think that when you say, I'm in alignment, that means everything is going to be great and beautiful and revelations and ahas and all that. Sometimes being in alignment is being aware that, hey, Mercury is retrograde, Venus is retrograde, and right now, me and my man is into it. Me and my woman is into it. Me and my person are into it. And we are in alignment, so what do we need to do? We need to channel this energy for our wellness. We need to take a moment, reflect on our thoughts, reflect on our feelings, be mindful of how we communicate. That's how we need to utilize this energy for our wellness. It's offering us an opportunity to be super intentional with our words, okay? Now, with Mercury retrograde for this moment over this shadow period, this pre-shadow period rather, being conjunct with the sun, it's offering us a deeper opportunity to be intentional with our words, be intentional with our communication, and also really assess how are our words impacting our emotions, especially today. I'm telling you today, on the 25th, right now, the moon is in Aquarius, okay? And it is sextiling. A sextile means 60 degrees, and that is a complementary energy. That is a harmonious energy because it illuminates the energy of whatever it is sextiling with. So the moon, our emotions, is sextiling Mercury, which is retrograde, miscommunication. So that miscommunication is illuminating your emotions. Your emotions are illuminated as a result of that miscommunication. So be mindful of how your emotions may be being misguided by this miscommunication. So what do you need to do? Mind your emotions, mind your words. Be mindful that this Mercury retrograde is in Aries, Aries ruled by Mars, our planet of action. Be mindful of how you act on that misguided communication, how you speak. Be intentional about how you act on your desire to utilize your words. Be mindful of it, okay? You have to be super duper mindful. That is going to be the key. I honestly advise, and I say this with love, shut the fuck up. Shut it up. Shut it up. Silence is going to be golden, okay? From now until the 30th, wait until Mercury is good and comfortable in Pisces. Wait until Mercury is good and comfortable in Pisces, because see, Mercury retrograde in Pisces brings some flow. Okay, Pisces is that water energy, that mutable water energy. So it brings some flow, it brings some ease to Mercury retrograde. Wait until the 30th. It starts to shift on the 29th into Pisces. Wait until the 30th where it's good and comfortable. Good and comfortable before you start talking again. I want you to do silence. Don't say nothing. Say, That's all I should be hearing from anybody. Is that right? Okay? Shut up. Just shut up. But also, don't take anything personal. Okay? Don't take anything personal, because what you always have to remember is that you are aware of the planetary alignment. You are aware of what to do. You are tapped in and tuned in, but not everyone else is moving in this awareness. So some people are over talking. Some people are saying things that they don't necessarily mean, but they're just acting verbally out of emotion. Right? Some people are doing that. You have to be aware. So don't take anything personal. When somebody talks crazy, you just got to say, I know what this is. Ooh, this that Mercury. This that retrograde. I'm going to give you a pass for both of our wellness. Because sometimes you got to remind folks, I'm going to let you slide for both of our wellness. I'm going to let you have this moment for both of our wellness, okay? Because when I boom you, when I pick you up and put you back down, it ain't going to be well for neither one of us, because I'm going to be clink, clink, and you're going to be sleep, sleep. So it ain't going to be good for neither one. For both of our wellness, I'm going to let you slide. Don't take anything personally. Okay? Right now, the best action you can take is just to walk away and go sunbathe. Go cleanse yourself in that sun energy. Okay? That's the best thing you could do. Now, I talked about the Mercury retrograde conjunction, and keep in mind, again, Mercury will shift to Pisces on the 29th and get good and comfortable in Pisces on the 30th, which is the post-shadow period for this new moon and eclipse energy. Let's get into the sextile of Jupiter. Now, I already done told y'all what a sextile means. A sextile is what? What is a sextile? 60 degrees. Okay, so Jupiter is sextiling our new moon in Aries. Okay, so that means Jupiter is 60 degrees from Aries. And what do sextiles do? Yes, it's come on, y'all. Compliments. Come on. Come on. Come on. It compliments. Yes. Yes. This is what I mean. Come on, listening. Come on, listening. I love you dearly. Now, Jupiter, the reason that this is a good thing, and the reason I said in the very beginning, I wanted to take my time with this energy, is because, like I said, during the eclipse season, oftentimes people will tell you to be mindful about manifesting. You may not necessarily want to manifest during eclipse season, but with this new moon, yes, the eclipse is going to offer us an opportunity to reflect and to release and to heal some wounds, especially with that Chiron conjunction. But this is also a good time to manifest, because this is a super new moon, intensified new moon energy, intensified manifestation energy in Aries, and then sextiling, complementing 60 degrees. We have Jupiter, our planet of expansion and abundance, in Gemini. And Gemini is that energy of duality, okay? So when you have Jupiter sextiling, this is a great time, an intensified super new moon energy time, to manifest what it is that you desire. How do you want to expand? But I'm going to tell you, Jupiter is our planet of expansion and abundance, but it is also our planet of knowledge and philosophy. So this is a good time to also not just manifest an expansion of your desires, your physical, tangible things, but manifest an expansion of your knowledge of self, knowledge of new philosophy, right? And your practice of that philosophy. So I want you all to choose a philosophy. That is going to be a practice that I offer you. Choose a philosophy that you want to dive deep into, that you want to kind of go down the rabbit hole, that you want to study more. So I offer you the opportunity to refer to one of my favorite books, which is The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, Wellness Community. We've read that a few times. We read that a few times. Okay. So go back to that. You may want to expand your understanding of the law of giving, or the law of karma, or the law of pure potentiality, or the law of dharma, right? You may want to expand your philosophy, your understanding, your knowledge of that philosophy, and your practice of one of those philosophies. Also explore the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. That is a good one, right? And you may want to expand your understanding of the philosophy, the practice of being impeccable with your word, or not taking anything personally, or any of the other two agreements, right? So go back to one of those, right? Or go to any book of your choice. Let me see. I think I wrote a couple down in the notes that I was recommending for you all. Oh, I did. I wrote down the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success as well as the Four Agreements. But y'all in the chat definitely recommend each other some books that are centered around philosophies, that are centered around spiritual practices. Recommend those in the chat to each other now, that people can pick up and kind of, go back and search and decide, okay, well, I'm ready to practice something new. I'm ready to get into something new, or something I already know, but I just want to expand my knowledge on that philosophy. Manifest an expansion of knowledge. And again, not just knowledge of other people's philosophies and spiritual practices, but also manifest an expansion of knowledge of self, okay? A deeper understanding of who you are, a deeper understanding of your life purpose. And then that's when I definitely recommend going to the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra and looking at the law of Dharma. Okay, studying the law of Dharma, study the law of detachment, right? That's when you definitely want to connect to those two laws when it comes to understanding your purpose. What's my other favorite book? The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I really love that book, right? If you want to talk about stepping into your purpose. I'm also reading Lord Will Packer. Don't be upset with me now. What's the book? What's the name of the book? Let me go to it. I'm reading Will Packer's book right now. Who Better Than You? Who Better Than You? That's the name of the book. And then hold on, let me see. It has a subtitle to The Art of Healthy Arrogance and Dreaming Big. And he has a lot of good like practices and principles that he's discussing on how to take that leap and how to manifest your goals and your desires and things like that. I think I'm on like chapter 6 or 7 now. It's really, really good thus far. Okay, so those are just some recommendations again, and that's coming from that Jupiter, our planet of expansion, abundance, knowledge, wisdom, and philosophy. Sextiling our new moon and solar eclipse, right, in Aries, okay? And then the last planetary alignment or aspect that I want to discuss is Mars squaring our new moon and solar eclipse. Mars is our planet of action. Mars is the ruler of Aries. And this is the glimpse of head that I gave the wellness community yesterday. Mars, our planet of action, is the ruling planet of Aries, which our new moon, super new moon, and solar eclipse is happening. Mars is squaring in Cancer. Anytime we have squares mean 90 degrees, which is a right angle. I love y'all dearly. Somebody in the chat, when I said, what's a sextile? And we said 60 degrees, somebody said right angle. And I didn't put your comment on the screen because a right angle is 90. And the teacher in me wasn't going to do you like that, boo. But I'm doing it now. The teacher in me wasn't going to do you like that, boo. Okay, that's how I used to do my students in the class when I used to teach in the classroom. And you know how you teachers, you know this. You know how you know that student ain't quite got it. So they got their hand up ready to give the answer. You just be like, you behind them. I wasn't going to do you like that, baby, okay? This is your time to shine, though. This is your time. Squaring our new moon in Aries and our solar eclipse, 90 degrees away, right angle. is Mars, the ruling planet of Aries in Cancer, okay? And Cancer is our water energy, our emotion energy. Anytime we talk about Cancers, we know our Cancers are full of emotion. And when you have your planet of action, and I mean, we love our Cancer. Y'all know I love me some Cancers. My sister is a Cancer. And this is the beautiful thing about Cancers. Cancers balance out Aquarius energy, right? Because Aquarius are known for being super emotionally detached. I'm an Aquarius, okay? And I've worked on my emotional detachment. I've worked on it. I'm more emotionally connected, but I got to give credit to my Cancers in my life for doing that. My sister's a Cancer. One of my best friends from high school is a Cancer. My friend Imani, my sister Queen, y'all know her. She's been on my channel a few times. She's a Cancer. I attract a lot of Cancer energy. I love a good Cancer. But with Mars, our planet of action, being in Cancer, so full of emotion, we need to be mindful of how we act, because a lot of you all may be acting out of emotions. And that's where a lot of the breakups are coming from. That's where a lot of the friction in the relationships are coming from. Because remember, the new moon is going to be in Aries. We have the sun in Aries. We have Mercury retrograde in Aries, right? We had Venus retrograde in Aries, and then with the ruling planet of Aries being in Cancer, full of emotion, it's intensifying our desire to act on those emotions. So though you have the intense energy of the miscommunication, the relationship issues, and the self-reflection of the values and who am I, and this desire for purpose, all of this who am I and what's going on and friction happening is leading you to want to break free and be by yourself and be alone and feeling like you don't belong, and like, oh, I need to switch up my circle. I need to switch up my vibe. I need to get out of this relationship. Everything is holding me back and holding me down. I want to break free. That energy is intensified. And I say that because when we have a squaring aspect, a square can be a challenge, but it is really the challenge that you need to tap into for your wellness, okay? That is what the square is for. Y'all see me over here trying to relax, Salam. That's why I had to put my arm back. He about to get started. A square is the challenge that you need to tap in for your wellness. Now, when you have an opposition meaning 180 degrees direct opposite, that opposition can be challenging and things that can be really rough, right? And illuminating more shadowy, dark aspects of life. The square are challenges that will illuminate the better parts of you if you utilize this energy for your wellness, okay? So you wanting to act on these emotions, you feeling these emotions in your body, you feeling the increase of the scattered mind, you feeling the increase of the scattered emotions and the desire to act on them. That's in alignment right now. You having the desire to kind of break free and be in solitude is in alignment right now. It's normal right now, and that is okay. But again, how will you utilize that energy for your wellness? You've been crying. How are you going to utilize these tears as libation, as offering for your wellness, for your ancestors, for your life, right? How are you going to utilize this eclipse energy, this solar eclipse energy, this desire to reflect on your past, to heal these wounds? How are you going to act on that? And it's just going to intensify the drive to do something, to do the healing work, to move in purpose, to move in alignment, to release what is no longer aligned with you, to manifest more knowledge of self and a deeper understanding and practice of philosophies. You will have the desire to do this. So again, you may have a natural increase in energy, okay? But here's the thing with the natural increase of energy. What are you going to do with this energy? If you stay stuck, if you stay still, if you stay stagnant, this energy is going to turn into fatigue, okay? Because a scattered mind and a still body is going to wear you out mentally and spiritually. You will feel mentally and spiritually drained and worn out if you are not physically doing something to channel this energy. So move your body with wellness, for wellness. Do some art, paint, draw, build something, create something, channel this energy. The wellness community, we watched the film Exhibiting Forgiveness. Excellent film, excellent film, excellent. I cannot say enough. I cannot say enough. That movie is so good, so many lessons. If you have not watched it, go watch Exhibiting Forgiveness. It's starring Andre Holland, Andra Day, Ingenue Ellis, and many others. It's an excellent, excellent film. But in the film, the lead character, played by Andre Holland, he's having an experience where, I don't want to spoil the film, of course, but he's having an experience where his past is coming up, right? Which a lot of you will be experiencing. And he's trying to do some healing work, but he hasn't quite done it yet. And to channel that energy of him reflecting on his past, he turned it into art. And that is a good thing for that moment. For that moment. But it was time to him to when it was time for him to do the healing work, he needed to shift what that art looks like, right? He had to shift what the art looks like for him to do the healing work. And once he started doing it, the art started shifting. So again, no spoilers of what he did or how he did it, but that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to channel this energy physically as well. Because again, you may have scattered thoughts, you may have scattered emotions, but if you just have a still body, it's going to wear you out and make you just want to lay in bed and burrow and potentially go down a path of like depression, right? And you don't want to do that. So how can you channel this energy for your wellness? I heavily advise releasing it in the form of some type of creative art that you could do. Okay. And again, that film is Exhibiting Forgiveness. It is available free on Hulu, or you can rent it right here on YouTube. I think it was like $5.99. Okay. Now, with that being said, and I'm pretty sure I know I touched on all of the planetary aspects that will impact our new moon in Aries and our solar eclipse, as well as our sun in Aries and all that other stuff. I talked about how it may impact our energy and gave you some tips on things to do. I want to make sure I run through my list of things to do so I can make sure I touched on everything. The first thing I said was act right, be intentional with your time and actions. That's that Mars and Cancer energy. Slow down, increase meditation. We talked about the sunbathing and making sure that you are taking your herbs to help you be calm and kind of calm that mind as well. And that could be herbs like lavender. Lemongrass is really good for that as well, to help you calm the mind. Ashwagandha is really good. Y'all know one of my favorites is kava kava. It's excellent, right? So those are some herbs that can kind of help you calm that mind. Pay attention to consequences from a wrong choice, showing up strong and bringing awareness to emotions that are connected to that choice. And I told y'all about that when I discussed having that Sankofa experience where you kind of learn from the past, reflect on the past, and use those lessons from the past in the present to manifest a better future. So I talked about that with that. And that comes from that sun in Aries, that moon in Aries, but also Chiron being conjunct with that new moon, super new moon, as well as the sun in Aries, that solar eclipse energy, okay, and Chiron being that wounded healer. The fourth thing to do is be impeccable with your word, and that's that Mercury retrograde energy, which will be conjunct with the new moon before it transitions to Pisces on the 29th and rest comfortably in Pisces on the 30th. Be impeccable with your word. Be mindful of how you speak. Do not cause any confusion. Do not take anything personal, okay? And then the fifth thing to do is explore a new philosophy, and that comes from that Jupiter sextile. Jupiter, our planet of expansion, abundance, knowledge, philosophy, and all of that good stuff, okay? And I said refer to the 7 spiritual laws of success and the 4 agreements, or any other book you desire to study more about spiritual and mental philosophies, okay? Now, journal prompts, crystals, and herbs, okay? As usual, I'm going to give y'all 5 journal prompts, 5 crystals, 5 herbs. If you are in the wellness community, of course, you don't need to take notes, but if you are not in the community, these journal prompts, you may want to take longhand, okay? So take them verbatim, okay? Now, these journal prompts are centered in really doing the work, all of the work that we just discussed. It's really to kind of help you think about how to heal some of those past wounds, some of those emotions that come up from, just things that you may feel, and I keep saying this, things that you may feel like are a mistake or a negative choice. I keep saying that because I truly believe that there is no good, bad, evil. It's just an experience. And we label it as good, bad, and evil based on how we perceive it and receive it. That's how we label it. Okay. And when you extract the lesson and when you really utilize that lesson and you get the opportunity to actually manifest that future, when you implement that lesson, when you go back, and this is what it looks like to have done the healing work. When you go back and reflect on that past moment, you'll realize that, wow, that was an intense experience, but that label of bad or evil or terrible starts to kind of decrease and sometimes diminish when you get the good of the lesson from it. Okay, so that's why I keep kind of saying it like that. But again, these journal prompts are centered around helping you do that work. Okay, so the first journal prompt: describe the person you needed or admired in childhood. What aspects of yourself have become that person? And how does it affect how you show up for yourself and others now? I'm going to read that again. Describe the person you needed in childhood. You needed or admired in childhood. What aspects of yourself have become that person? And how does it affect how you show up for yourself and others now? Okay? And that's a good one for this eclipse energy, for this self-reflection energy. Think back to the person you needed or admired. And how has it impacted the person you've become and how you show up? The second journal prompt: what have you been passionate about lately? How have you been channeling this passion for your wellness? And that's that sun in Aries and that new moon in Aries energy. What have you been passionate about lately? How have you been channeling this passion for your wellness? How could you channel this passion for your wellness if you haven't already been doing it? Third journal prompt: what is a mistake or wrong choice that you made in the past that still bothers you today? How does it impact you emotionally? What lesson have you learned from this? How can you utilize this lesson in the present to manifest a better future? And that is that Chiron Conjunction. What is a mistake or wrong choice that you made in the past that still bothers you today? How does it impact you emotionally? What lesson have you learned from this? And how could you utilize this lesson in the present to manifest a better future? Sankofa. Okay? The fourth journal prompt: how do you choose when to engage in debate or correct someone? What factors impact your decision to engage or let them have the moment? And that's that Mercury retrograde energy that we talked about. How do you choose to engage in debate or correct someone? What factors impact your decision to engage or let them have the moment? And I tell y'all, family, everything does not need correction. Sometimes you have to let people sit comfortably in their wrong or their misunderstanding. Sometimes you just have to let people learn on their own, most often. Okay? Sometimes I always say this to others and to myself often. Sometimes you got to know when to let people have the moment, because you have life. You have life. And for me, sometimes I'm like, girl, you are winning in life. Let them have this moment. This moment may be the only win that they have. You're winning at life, honey. Let them have this. Okay? You're winning at life. Let them win this little moment. Okay? Literally. Sometimes I have to tell myself that in my head. I have to chant it in my head. Girl, you're winning at life. Let them win this little moment. Okay? Now, the fifth journal prompt: what is an old hobby or interest that you want to go back to exploring? What is an old hobby or interest that you want to go back to exploring? Okay. And again, that comes from channeling that energy for your wellness. Okay. That's what that comes from. How could you channel this energy? How could you channel that Mars and Cancer, the desire to act and do for your wellness? Go back to an old hobby, something you used to do. It could be drawing. It could be painting. It could be writing poetry, writing songs, singing, dancing. What is an old habit that you used to do, an old hobby that you had that you want to kind of get back into exploring again? That actually could also be that Jupiter energy, right? Because you may want to study that again. You may want to expand your knowledge on that again. What new information is out there about it, right? How could you elevate your practice of it, right? So that could actually be you tapping into both of those planetary aspects, okay? Now, crystals and herbs, crystals and herbs. Let's get into it and then we're closing on out. Crystals. Of course, with these crystals, you can meditate with them. You can sunbathe with them. Okay, you can sunbathe with these crystals. You can hold tightly to these crystals and put them around a spiritual bath as you cleanse yourself. Okay, it is completely up to you. Crystals. The first crystal is Tiger's Eye for focus, to help you focus and channel that Aries energy. Like I said, Aries energy is passionate, it's fiery. They are doers and accomplishers when they choose to focus that energy. So Tiger's Eye will help you focus. Malachite is good for intuition and manifestation. I love me some malachite. Malachite is good for manifesting abundance. You can put that malachite in a spiritual bath. It is excellent for that. Not in a spiritual bath, excuse me, in a mojo bag. It is excellent for that. Okay, so that manifestation. Carnelian for passion and courage. Carnelian for passion and courage. Okay. Sunstone for clarity and positive energy. Sunstone for clarity and positive energy. Bloodstone for emotional healing, and that's that eclipse energy. That sunstone and that bloodstone. Emotional healing, okay? Now, herbs. A lot of these herbs are going to be good for a manifestation floor wash or a good simmer pot on the stove. And if you want to, of course, you can make a mojo bag with them, okay? Herbs. The first herb is going to be marigold, also known as calendula. Marigold is good for success and justice work, okay? Nutmeg for financial prosperity. Nutmeg for financial prosperity. Mustard seed. Mustard seed is a good catalyst. It speeds up your manifestations. It speeds up your desires. And again, add that mustard seed because, as I said, you know, with eclipse energy and with a couple retrogrades going on right now, it could slow down your manifestations, okay? It could slow it down. So with that mustard seed, it will be a catalyst. It'll speed up some of those manifestations, you know, some helping you align and attract those desires with ease, okay? So mustard seed. And mustard seed is also good for courage and endurance. Pine needles for prosperity and house blessings. Okay, to bless your home. It's good. So with the pine needles, again, this is good for a simmer pot or a floor wash. You can also use pine, like pine oil. You can also use a little pine sol. If you get original pine sol, it actually has pine oil in it. So a little pine sol in that floor wash will do the job, okay? Yes, you can use mustard powder instead of the seed. That's fine. Mustard powder is usually just ground mustard seed, so that's fine. Orange, right? And with the orange, you could use the orange fruit. You can use the orange peel, the peel of the orange. Okay, so the flesh or the peel of the orange is fine. And that's good for abundance, good health, and positive energy. Okay, abundance, good health, and positive energy with the orange, all right? And again, this is all good for a good floor wash, a good manifestation floor wash, or a good simmer pot on the stove, okay? Or you can put it in a mojo bag with some of those crystals. All right, family? I love y'all dearly. Now, keep in mind that this new moon in Aries is a super moon. The energy is intensified, okay? It will happen with the solar eclipse. It is all peaking on the 29th at 3:58 a.m. Eastern time. And the solar eclipse will be visible for some of North America, specifically Northeast America. However, you want to check your local listing to see what time you will be able to see it. You'll be able to see that shadow on the sun, okay? So check your local listings for that. But with that being stated, this energy peaks on the 29th. However, the shadow period starts on the 26th and will last until April 1st, which is the first of the month. So this manifestation works specifically the floor wash as well as the simmer pot is good to do on the 1st for the 1st of the month, okay? This energy will last till then. But because this is a supermoon energy, I'm telling y'all, the shadow period is going to be a little longer. So it's usually a 3-day shadow period before and after the peak. So the 26th to the 1st likely will be a 1-week shadow period before and after the peak. Okay, so I'm talking about you may be feeling this energy throughout the first full week of April. So we're talking about April 4th, 5th. You may still be feeling this energy. So keep that in mind. Okay, family. I love y'all dearly. Thank you so much for the love offering, LaWanda. May it be abundantly, abundantly, abundantly returned unto you. I appreciate it, Sister Queen. Thank you. And thank you to everybody else who sent the love offerings as well. Again, may it be abundantly, abundantly returned unto you. I really appreciate it. Much blessings, much peace, much wellness community. I will see y'all on Wednesday tomorrow for our book club listening party for our book of the month, The Wind on Her Tongue by Anita Colpax. I love y'all dearly, and everyone else, I will see y'all soon. Happy new moon. Remember what I said about that mouth? Remember what I said about that mouth? Okay? Utilize this energy for your wellness. Enjoy your Sankofa eclipse. Okay? Enjoy your new moon manifestations. Be well, be well, be well. Much peace, y'all.